All right, this is the practice test. Again, I would strongly recommend that you do this on your own first. Answer key. Okay. Again, try it on your own, and then if you need to watch a specific problem or whatever, I'm just going to work through this. Again, I really think it'd be beneficial for you to try it on your own first. So number one, give two other names for line AB. Again, I have to focus on what is the symbol above the letters. I see I've got a floating letter, so I could call it line F. I could also call it BA with my arrows. So again, probably more than, actually in this case, those are your only options. Sometimes if you had a third point, you could do other choices. Name 3 points that are collinear. Collinear means on the same line. So I'm going to say point C, point A, and point G. Name a point not coplanar with A, C, and T. Again, looking at the plane, I can see, hey, this is my plane. B is not in that plane. So point B is not coplanar. Find the indicated length of YZ. YZ is right here. I see it's got this congruence mark, which means that it is also the same as XY. And then L to N. So again, I noticed that some of us on our quizzes, we weren't actually paying attention to what was being asked. Again, I'm trying to find the entire thing of L and N. So that's little segment LM plus little segment MN equals my big segment. So again, 25 plus 12 equals 37. Little plus little equals big. Find the exact distance between the points. Okay, that's gonna mean I need to use the distance formula. So my distance formula means I take my x values and I subtract them, and I take my y values and I subtract them. So I'm going to do 4 minus 2 squared plus 9 minus 3 squared. 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 squared plus 9 minus 3 is 6. 6 squared. 4 plus 36 equals the square root of 40. And again, just depending on, we usually like to simplify our radicals all the way. So I can say, hey, this is like the square root of 4 times the square root of 10, which is 2 square root 10. So I'm going to say that the distance of those points is 2 square root 10. And again, that's because I had to simplify it. Same thing over here. Let's label our x1, y1, x2, y2. I'm going to use my distance formula. I'm going to take my x values, 1 minus negative 4 squared plus 8 minus 6 squared. 1 minus negative 4 is 5, and 8 minus 6 is 2. So I'm going to get 25 plus 4, which gives me the square root of 29. In exercise 10 through 12, use the diagram to find the measure of the indicated angle, then classify the angle. So we're going to start with J, N, K. So again, the middle letter is always the vertex. So it looks to me, if I were to look at this, I would say, okay, it started at 0. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to call that 34 degrees. So this is going to be 34 degrees. I don't know why there's an extra line here. Then classify the angle. Okay. Then classify the angle. So that would be an acute angle because it is smaller than 90 degrees. get a different color. K, N, M. So again, I'm looking, now I see that I start where the N and the M, you notice how your protractor, if you look here, it's got 180, 170, 160, 150, but then it also goes 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. So there's kind of two sets of numbers that you can look at. So I am going to say, all right, well, from here to here, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 90, okay, all the way. Again, I'm going to call that, we said that was 1, 2, 3, that was 34. So this is going to be 146 degrees. 146 degrees is an obtuse angle. L, N, M. I can already tell that is going to be a 90-degree angle. 90 degrees. And we call 90-degree angles right angles. Complementary angles add up to 90 degrees. So if the measure of angle 1 is 87, I would say 90 minus 87 is going to give me the measure of angle 2 is 3 degrees. Find the measure of angle 1, or find the measure of angle 2 if angle 1 is 15. Again, complementary means they add up to 90. So that's going to give me 75 degrees. So the measure of angle 2 equals 75 degrees. And same thing again, measure of angle 1 is 71, then that means the measure of angle 2 is 19 degrees. Supplementary means it adds up to 180 degrees. So again, if I have a first angle of only 8, then that means I'm going to have left over 172 degrees. 180 minus 87 is going to give me 93 degrees. And 180 minus 115 gives me 65. Identify the value of x. Okay, so I can tell that, hey, this is a straight line, and straight lines always equal, or they always have degree measures of 180. So if I take my little segment, or my little angle plus my other little angle, it's going to equal my big angle, which is 180. So I'm going to say 3x plus 4, little angle, plus little angle equals big angle. I have like terms that I can combine. 4x plus 4 equals 180. I'm going to subtract 4. So I'm going to be left with 4x equals 176. I'm going to divide that by 4, which is going to give me x equals 44. Classify the polygon by the number of sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, if you needed to check your notes to review that, a 7-sided figure is a heptagon. So heptagon, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-sided figure is a pentagon. Find the perimeter or circumference. Again, the perimeter of a circle is called circumference. We have a different name for it, even if it's exactly the same. It means the same thing. I always like to fill in the other sides just so I can keep them straight. But again, the perimeter, I'm going to take my length, I'm going to times it by 2. I'm going to take my width, I'm going to times it by 2. And then I'm going to add them. So this is 14 plus 2 times 2.31. And that's going to give me 18.62 feet. Find the perimeter or circumference. So again, circumference equals 2r times pi, or pi times diameter. In this case, I am given the radius, so I should use this formula. Circumference equals 2 times 3 times pi. The directions told me to use 3.14 for pi, so I'm going to say 2 times 3 times 3.14. 6 times 3.14 is 18.84. Find the area. Area of a circle is pi times radius squared. So pi times 6 squared, that's 36, times 3.14. And that's going to give me 113.04, and that was feet. Remember, when you do area, your units are squared. This is a square, which means all the sides are the same. So to find it, I just do length times width, which is going to be 8.4 times 8.4, or 8.4 squared. And that's going to give me 70.56 meters squared. Almost done. A room is 15.5 feet long by 10 feet wide. Carpet costs $2.25 per square foot. How much does it cost to carpet the room? So let's kind of draw it. I always recommend you draw diagrams. It's very helpful for me, and it's probably going to help you as well. So again, if this is 10, this would be 15.5. So I need to find the area. So step 1 is find area, and then step 2 is multiply by the price. So the area is not too hard to find. 15.5 times 10 is 155. I'm going to take my price, which was $2.25, 2.25 multiplied by each square foot. And I got $348.75. $29. A triangle pennant has the dimension shown. What is the area of the pennant? Again, the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. It's nice that we are given the base and the height. So I'm just going to fill it in. 8 times 24 divided by 2. I can simplify this right here and call this a 12, and this is a 1. So I'm just left with 8 times 12, which is 96. So my area is going to be 96 inches squared. All right, that's your practice test. Again, I hope you tried this on your own first. I'll post the answer key. Please reach out.